Yeah, go figure. Hello, everybody. We are back again with another actual play with the actual play broadcast. We're continuing with our second session of Trinity Continuum Aberrant. Um, as always, I am Zemian, and as a reminder, in case you haven't seen session one, go watch session one so you can get some important context. But Brandon is not joining us on this one like he normally is with us, since Brandon and I are like the two that are kind of regularly appear in most things. Um, but this is a game I am running, and I am joined by a cast of funny little guys and gals that is not normally in our episodes. So if you haven't seen episode one yet, go watch that. It's kind of weird to jump in part of the way through with how we run games. It's a lot of context you'll be missing. As well as if you're looking for trigger warnings and all that stuff, episode one is where you want to go because we cover all that there. Without further ado, let's meet the cast for today. We are short one, but we will have them hopefully next time we meet. Um, and then after that, we should be able to consistently have everybody, but we'll see. So, going down the list, introduce yourselves.
Hello, so you can call me Idol, and I will be playing the character of Theta, who was not in the first episode, so you'll be getting to meet her today.
Yeah, my name is Lane. If you see me around elsewhere online, you may know me as Florian or Saint Florian. And today I'll be playing the character of Ross Hoffman, also known as Aftermath.
No. And my name is Zhutok. I will be playing Moses, aka Blink, as his superhero name.
Fantastic. So, last time we had a very dramatic, you could say, introduction to our heroes to be. Well, some of them, anyways, after a bit of violence sparked at the university that they're all attending in Novara. We got to see a little bit of the city. We got to see a little bit of our characters' personalities, and then a little bit of the process of what happens after eruption. And they were sort of on their way home to kind of make sense of things and to talk to their families and such. However, we're going to rewind a few days and we are going to another city um, and meet somebody else. Idol, if you want to. Where is. First of all, what does Theta look like? And where is Theta staying right now?
Okay, so at this point in time, Theta is staying in just a little rundown motel. It's not her usual sort of situation. Normally she's crashing with friends at their places on their couch or something like that. But things in her life have gone a little hectic and she's trying to lay low, so she's avoiding her regular places and managed to get some money together to hide out in this little place. At present, she's not a particularly outstanding person. She's kind of scrawny, very pale. She's got shaggy brown hair that's been cut probably by herself. It's definitely not a professional looking cut. She's wearing a pair of jeans, a sweater, nothing that would stand out. Also, it's very, very worn down, maybe a little dirty. She smells like cigarette smoke and booze and maybe a little bit of sweat. All in all, she looks like a woman who's down on her luck.
Mm, right. So it's getting on later in the afternoon. Um, things have been quiet. It's getting to that point where you're gonna have to get some food, something to eat, something in the belly. What's Theta gonna do?
Uh, she's gonna count her money, see what she could afford, which honestly is not gonna be much. Um, so she's going to probably just take what little cash she's got left on her that she hasn't spent on this shitty motel room, and she's gonna take her butt down to whatever the nearest gas station, convenience store situation happens to be nearby.
Gotcha. Yeah, sure. It's closest one is a couple miles down the road. It's about like 3, 4 miles away. It's a little bit of a walk.
She's used to walking.
Yeah. So you get on the road, or the sidewalk rather, start making your way. You are used to these streets. They're second nature to you. You know for the signs to watch out for, specific people to watch out for, and to, kind of always keep your head on a civil casually. Nobody bothers you, the streets around this time. Like, there are people that are walking the sidewalks. Most of them do that awkward thing where they see you, like they're eyeing you as much as you're eyeing them, but they're trying to act like they're not looking at you. So they're doing that thing where they're like, glance, look away, and then try to act like you're not even there when they walk past you. No hellos, no waves. It's
Yeah.
just, even though people walk past each other every day, it's somehow still awkward every time. But
I mean,
you move past them. Yeah.
I was gonna say, she doesn't particularly care overly much about other people herself. So she's very much got like blinders on to some degree. She's watchful, but for strange behavior, not the usual kind of like avoidance
Right.
people pay her.
Yeah. You're making your way past them. Nobody raises your flags. Like, nobody's concerning yet. You get down to the gas station. You don't see anybody that looks problematic. There's one guy who's hanging out at the corner of the building, um, smoking a cigarette. Um, there's like one car at the pump. Place is definitely an older gas station. Like, it looks like they do clean, but this place hasn't probably been deep cleaned in like 20 years. You're pretty sure you're seeing caked dust from the 80s. So a little bit more than 20 years, maybe, in this place.
Lovely.
Some of the white tiles in the corners are looking a little more yellow. Similarly, the corners of the ceiling where it used to be white are a nicotine yellow. Um, you are able to peruse like the 3 or 4 rows of shelves for what kind of snacks you're gonna get, or food, or whatever.
She settles on one of those like less than mediocre gas station sandwiches that are pre-packed kind of in the back cooler area, and a stick of cheese and sausage. You know, those little
Sure.
pepperoni sticks with the cheese next
Yeah.
to them. She gets that too. And then she'll just grab whatever bag of chips is on for the cheapest at that point in time. And
Okay.
then she stops by the cooler for some orange juice.
Okay.
And that's
Um,
about her little snack haul.
Gotcha. So you grab that stuff, you go to the counter. Guy starts ringing you up. You're watching the total go up. And you go to pay, and you're 20 cents short.
Of course, I'm 20 cents short. She makes a show out of like checking her pockets, to try and buy time and maybe get some sympathy, and the guy will just wave it off or something.
Yeah.
Um, and while
Sure.
she's
You
doing
know
that,
what? Let's make this a roll. You want to try to
okay,
get him to wave it off without saying anything.
yeah.
This is gonna be fucking, let's see. You know what? Yeah, just persuasion. And your pick a social of your choice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a
Yeah.
negative if I don't have anything in persuasion?
It's just that you don't have any extra dice.
Okay. Just wanted
So you're
to
just
make
rolling
sure.
an attribute. Yep.
Does have okay manipulation though, so why does it always do this?
Persuasion.
Let me see the actual roll. There we go. Oh my god.
All right, 2 successes. You sitting
I
there,
thought that meant I rolled it
you're
too.
you're making a good show of it. The guy behind the counter, he looks like he's maybe late teens, early 20s. This apparently is not an uncommon occurrence here. He's sitting there, watches you for a second. He's just kind of like, okay, you're short.
I could have sworn I had a quarter on me. Um, I I don't know. Maybe there's a hole in my pocket.
That's fine. I'll get you. He fucking reaches into his pocket, grabs a few coins, and fishes out a quarter, drops it in the register with the rest of your money, and gives himself 5 pennies back. Or gives himself a nickel. It's like, don't worry about it. They just recently bumped the prices on the sandwiches and the OJ, so they both went up like 10 cents.
That makes sense. But
Yeah.
thanks. And she'll like hold her hand up
Yeah,
for
no
like a
problem.
fist bump over the counter before she walks off.
He gives you like a half-hearted fist bump, like, he's
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, like a teenager at a
Yeah.
gas station.
Uh-huh.
And she'll gather her stuff and
Yeah.
walk on out.
Yep.
Is that guy who's smoking still there?
Yeah, he's still there. There's an SUV that's also there now. It's got darker windows, not fully tinted, but you can see like there's a couple people inside. One guy's pumping. They haven't seen you yet, but you think you kind of recognize these guys.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She'll flip up the hood on her hoodie. Um, she was originally going to stop and ask the guy to bum a cigarette from him, but instead, since she's seeing these newbies, she's going to basically find the quickest way out of line of sight. So whatever corner of the building she can duck behind, even if it's not in the direction of the motel, that's the way she's going to go.
Sure. This gas station's kind of like on a street corner. It doesn't have like a neighboring attached building or anything, so you can slip around either side of the building.
Okay, yeah, that's what she'll do for now.
Sure.
And she'll just walk until she finds something she can kind of just like casually dip into, stay out of sight, get off the main like street, the main sidewalk,
Yeah.
just to make sure if they come this way, they
Let's
don't
go
see
ahead.
her.
Let's make this
Oops.
larceny.
Oh wait, no,
And
no, please don't work that way this time.
Yeah, larceny, and I would say either like a physical of your choice, or even composure could work here. I think, considering how you're trying to discreetly leave,
Well, I mean, I'd like to use my dexterity.
you can. It's up to you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Only one.
Hey, you know what? That's one success. Now the question is, because I need to make a roll. I wish these
I
sheets
am
loaded a little
ghost.
faster, as nice as they are.
I am ghost. They don't see me.
It's true. Let's give them. Oh, right. Because I don't have set values on this. That's good. Ooh, okay.
That's not good.
So you take the moment, see them, pull up your hood, and discreetly and quietly try to just redirect from the direction you were going and go around the other corner of the building and start making your way down the street. You get about a mile down the street and you hear a car coming behind you, but it's slow. You can hear it slowing down. And out of the peripheral on your right, you can see the SUV that is matching pace with you.
Great. Well,
Driver's
she
side
doesn't.
window slowly comes down.
Mm, don't look. Don't look.
Guy is half hanging out the window, half paying attention to what's in front of him on the road, staring you down.
She's just got like her head kind of like tilted away a little bit, trying to shield as much of her face as possible.
Sure.
Um, like her hands are in her pocket. I have a feeling she's got probably some sort of like small knife of some sort in there. It's not really useful in a fight, to be fair, but she's got it and she's like holding that in her one hand.
Gotcha. Okay. You're tensed up, ready to go. Guy leans back into the SUV, rolls up the window. You hear the engine rev up a little bit as the SUV picks up speed and continues down the road. You
Okay.
see at the next intersection, they make a left.
She's going to cross the road to the other side of the sidewalk.
Okay.
She's moving at a faster pace. She is keeping her eyes open for any sort of like anything she could use to get off of this main road, kind of a deal, to move quicker, kind of like an escape. She's
Yeah.
mapping her escapes, her route she could take. Um, and
Okay.
she's
But
moving
you're still
at a quick pace. She's not full out running though, but she is moving.
okay. You're making your way down that sidewalk. You're making a decent distance when you can see ahead of you, just around the corner of that intersection, that SUV is parked along the sidewalk. You don't see anybody, though. What do you want to do?
She doesn't see anybody, so she's gonna remain like as far away as she can. And again, not full out running because that will draw too much attention. But she's going to move as she can. She doesn't want to head straight to the motel, but she also doesn't want to like dawdle. She needs to get herself someplace where she feels safe. So
Yeah.
she's kind of heading in that direction, but she's looking for anything she could step into that would offer some sort of security or shelter or just other people.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, you know what? Let's leave it to chance how available public space is. You want me to roll low?
Okay. Does that count as
There
low? It's like
is.
below 50?
It's under 50%. There's not a lot of options, but there's an option. There is this is a fast food place.
Okay.
A burger joint. And parking lot is there's a couple cars there. And as well as like some employee cars. There's probably maybe a few people inside as well as the staff. Um but as you're kind of rounding the corner, you can make your way over there if you want. Um or you can keep going.
Um, she is going to go in there for now. Like she'll duck into the building and she'll kind of meander to a back corner for a bit and stay as long as she can before, they chase her out for not buying food. Um,
Okay.
she'll definitely keep in the back.
You make your way into the fast food place. You find one of the corner tables to kind of tuck yourself into and sit down for a minute. The employees don't really give you a second glance immediately. This part of town, it's not unusual for, let's say, street people to
Hmm.
avail themselves of the bathroom and somewhere to sit for a little bit. They're not supposed to. You know that. You're familiar enough with the area. You know that a lot of places like this kind of knuckle down on that sort of behavior.
Yeah.
However, some of them are like, as long as you don't cause a problem, we don't care. But if you leave a mess, hassle other people, harass customers, stuff like that, then they're going to ask you to leave.
Well,
But
she's got no
you,
intention of doing that.
yeah, you think this is a place where you should be okay for a little bit. About 5 minutes go by. You're sitting there laying low. You hear somebody ordering at the counter. Uh, Door that you came in swings open. Uh, you don't recognize the guy from the pump, but he definitely looks like one of the guys you're trying to get away from. He's got a like a hoodie on. It's not zipped up. He's got some kind of just plain shirt on underneath. It's kind of tucked into his jeans, belt. He's got some boots on. He's not visibly armed, you know. Dude doesn't have like a gun holster or anything, but tell you what, give me a this perception is going to be through your larceny skill.
Okay.
Attribute of your choice.
Um, Attribute of my choice.
The attribute will
Well,
kind of
just
shape how you pick up on the information if you succeed.
I'm going to do cunning, I think,
Okay.
because it is more of an experience type of situation for her.
Sure. How whatever makes sense to you. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, 3 successes gets you there, right on the dot. Um, you're eyeing him up. You're thinking about how you hide weapons on yourself, where you would hide different types of weapons. You're looking at him. He's got this hoodie on. You're not seeing any kinds of straps or anything. So whatever he's hiding on his person's got to be tucked somewhere. Could be something tucked up his sleeve, maybe something in his pocket. You're looking real quick, assessing his body posture. He's moving with confidence. He's not holding his hands in his hoodie pockets. You're not inclined to believe he's got a weapon there. You know, if you had a weapon in your pocket and you were expecting to get in a fight, you'd probably be keeping a hand on it in your pocket,
Right.
ready to pull it out. Now, the way he's moving, he's kind of rigid. You think he's probably got a gun tucked in the waistband of his pants at his back. Especially the way the belt is not perfectly tight. It kind of pitches a little at the back.
All right.
Pretty confident he's got a gun there. Handgun, but a gun.
Nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna glance out to the parking lot. Can she see that SUV or any people out there?
SUV's not out there, but you do see 2 other guys.
Okay.
They're kind of on standby, it looks like.
Has this guy noticed her?
I'll say you can tell he is pretending to not notice you at the moment. He's not exactly approaching the counter. He's looking at the menu.
Well, you know what? She's just gonna cross her arms, like stare at him, make it a very much like I know you're here. I know you're looking at me, even if you're not.
Mhm.
And she's gonna sit in her chair staring at him.
Okay. A few moments pass, pulls out his phone, tucks his phone back in his pocket, and then looks at you, walks over to you, stops on the opposite side of the table from you. Not so that the table is perfectly in between the 2 of you, but he is, distance-wise, would be at the other side of the table. He's essentially standing at the head of the table. Just come along. You're not going to get out of this one.
Yeah, I know better than to go to a secondary location with just anybody.
This doesn't have to. This doesn't have to be a fight. Just come along. Don't make a scene.
So you can make me disappear without anyone caring?
Said anything about making you disappear?
Well, I just did.
No, we got better plans for you. Come on.
Yeah, see, that's not at all reassuring.
Look, it's just going to be worse for you if we have to make a scene. So just come on.
She's really not the type to go. She's gonna force a scene.
Okay. Yeah. He sits there.
She
He
sits right
kind
back
of.
staring, like arms
He.
crossed, looking petulant.
Yeah. He shifts on his feet. I ain't afraid of her, a woman. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. Just
He's gonna reach forward. He's gonna grab you by the arm. You gonna fight back?
yeah, can she stab him with her little penknife thing she's got in the hand?
Give me the attack roll. It's gonna be close combat plus might. And matter of fact, because he's not expecting you to be armed, I'll give you a +2 enhancement on the roll.
Oh my god.
Which I think a knife by default gives you a +1 enhancement because it's a weapon. I think
Sorry,
weapons
so
in
it's
general
close
give you
That's
+1.
correct. Yep.
combat and might. Okay.
So you should have +3 enhancement on top of your roll.
Yeah.
Whoa! I think you're gonna hit him. So he's defense 1 because he's not ready for this. I'm not gonna have him roll a defense roll because, like I said, he's not ready for you to like actually put up a fight. He's a goon. He's not very smart. So 1 success to hit him. So you have 4
Okay.
successes left. He doesn't have any armor on, so you automatically inflict an injury for free.
Cool.
So he becomes bruised. You still have 4 successes, I believe. Let me double check the chart. I think you need 5 to crit.
I think it's actually 4.
Is it 4? Why am I thinking it's 5?
Where is this?
There it is, stunts. I'm actually blind today. Bear with us, folks. I'm
Oh,
just blind.
stunts. Close combat.
It's yeah, close combat.
Critical 4 successes.
Fuck me, you're right. I don't know why I'm thinking it's 5. All right. So you could crit if you want to, or you could do one of these other stunts. Like you could shove, you could make it blinding with one of your successes. You could break up a grapple. Oh no, wait, you're not in the grapple.
Yeah. Okay, because I kind of have an idea where that gun is.
Yeah.
It's been not strapped or attached. I don't know. Because it's like in his.
Because you know where it is, and it's like it's literally there where it's easy to be pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if you wanted to use the C stunt, you could.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Because nothing is actually like, sure, it's being held in place, but it's not locked in place. Like if it was strapped inside of a holster.
Okay. Yeah, she'll do a C's, grab that gun.
Okay. So that'll be 2 of your successes. You have 2 successes left. So you reach forward as you're stabbing him with your free hand, lunge forward, and pull the gun out from the back of his pants. You have 2 successes left. What are you going to do? You can also
shove him.
Shove? Sure. For
Like,
every 1
out
success
of,
you
like-
spend after beating, you may push your opponent back a number of meters equal to your might. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, you can do that. You want to spend both on that?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I don't know what else I'm going to do with it, so we're going to shove.
Okay. Yeah. So you spend 2, and yeah, you shove him away, and he goes fumbling back into another table and makes a crashing sound. You've got the gun in hand. A customer kind of peeks around the corner who they were ordering, and they're like looking to see what's going on. They're like, what the heck? Seeing this guy kind of like splayed out in the floor. He's grabbing the back of his head as he's groaning. One of the tables like that he crashed into slid across the floor instead of falling completely over, so it made this awful screeching noise across the tiles. One of the chairs did clatter over. It was really loud. So one of the people working the counter, you hear an "oh Lord." She comes around the corner and looks around, and there's just this tired looking black woman that is like, "Oh no, not today. Not today. Get out of here. Get out of here. We're not doing this." And she comes over there. There's another guy coming in the door, one of the other goons. and he's coming in as she's picking this guy up off the floor, and this guy is like trying to jerk his arm out of her hands. He's like, "Don't touch me." She's like, "Oh hell no, you're gonna get out of here, or I'm gonna kick your ass." Not on my shift. Come in on another shift and do that nonsense. And the customer who's like fully processing is like, "She's got a gun," and everybody kind of stops and looks at you.
Where's the guy that just came in?
So in relation to you, there
Like,
is
is he
you.
still
You
in the
kind of
door?
have, yeah, essentially. So there's you. You kind of have a back wall where there are some bathrooms behind you. And then in front of you is this guy sprawled out on the floor with this knocked over chair and this pushed back table, and the lady that is helping him. And then there is a little bit past them, and on the left there's the door that's being held open by the other goon who's standing in that doorway.
Right. She's gonna move, point the gun at the guy in the doorway. And make like I don't know how guns work. Um, does she have to do anything like, to like, or is it just good to go?
Um,
Like check the safety?
how
I
much
know there's
gun
like the
knowledge does
safety.
your character have?
Oh god, probably none.
Character's no dot's name.
No,
I
no.
think while your character probably doesn't have like a lot of proficiency with firearms, I think considering the lifestyle you've led, you know enough that like a gun has a safety.
Okay. She'll make a
And
show of checking that as she's pointing it
yeah.
at this guy in the doorway and just say, "Get out of my way."
Yeah, I don't think there's a role necessary here. Guy at the moment does not have a weapon in his hands. So he kind of is just not moving, and after a moment he starts backing up from the door, which is causing the door to slowly close as he's backing up, going outside with like his hands visible. He's holding up his hands.
Okay. She will kind of like rush forward to kind of catch the door so it doesn't like slam shut between them. Like kind of
Okay.
catch it with her foot and kind of boot it a little bit and wiggle her way out.
Okay. You are making your way out. And she's sitting there, and the lady who is working there, she's like, "I don't know what's going on, but y'all take your mess somewhere else. And don't you go harassing that woman. I don't know, but
You leave
don't
me
make me have
alone.
to call the police. I don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. Don't do it." And the guy is just staring indignantly at you and is mostly ignoring the fast food worker.
Yeah.
But you manage to get outside. The guy outside still has his hands up as you still got the gun up. But you're outside now. What are you gonna do?
Okay. I want to clock for the other guy because you said there was two goons outside.
Yeah. Other guy you cannot immediately see right now. It seems he's moved since this
Okay.
started going down.
All right. And I don't see the SUV.
Not at the moment.
Okay. She's going to move, but she wants to keep her back to the building so that no one can sneak up on her.
Okay.
And she's just going to try and, walk around to another corner, dip around, and then probably take off running.
Okay. Yeah, so getting to the sidewalk is generally clear. You're checking the surroundings. You do see the other guy. He's coming around from the other side of the building. It looks like he had planned to be on the opposite side so that whichever exit you tried to take, they could grab you. But he sees you've got a gun and he kind of pauses for a second. and then you book it.
Yep.
Against probably his better judgment, he does start to chase you.
Well, she's gonna try to outrun him at first because she really doesn't probably
Okay.
actually want to shoot someone, unless necessary.
Yeah, of course. Let's go ahead. Athletics. And I would say a physical or a mental of your choice.
Dexterity for sure.
Okay. So yeah, you go hauling ass. You're tearing up concrete as you're running. You're hauling it, trying to get away from this guy.
I'm really moving.
Let's see how he does. He's gonna throw this many dices.
I'm gonna roll all these nice, lovely, good traits that I'm good at right now, and then I'm not gonna be useful in another scene for like the next 4 sessions.
Yeah. So you're hauling. You're putting distance between this guy. This guy doesn't do cardio. Like, he's in good shape, but he doesn't do cardio, and get the impression they don't do a lot of chasing in their line of work. And as somebody who runs away from a lot of bullshit, he doesn't have a lot of chance to catch you. He does put a good show of it, though. Like, it's not that he's not putting in the effort, it's he just doesn't have the stamina.
Yeah.
You're rapidly putting distance, and before you know it, he's out of sight. You're going, you get like blocks away, and you're finally having to stop and catch your breath. Lungs are burning, chest heaving, trying to catch your breath. You're sweating. Your palms are sweaty. Like, your hand is shaking holding this gun with the safety currently off.
Yeah. She will hit the safety on if she can, and then stuff it into her
Yeah.
her hoodie pocket.
Absolutely. It doesn't fit super well. Unfortunately, it's a women's hoodie.
Yeah.
So it was designed a little bit more to be cute rather than functional a little bit.
She just
The
doesn't
gun
want it immediate.
mostly fits.
Yeah.
But anybody who's looking for a gun, there is definitely part of a handle sticking out of the pocket.
That's fine. She just doesn't want it
Yeah.
in her hand, you know?
Absolutely. But you're standing there collecting yourself. Legs are a little wobbly.
Yep.
SUV pulls up at the end of the alleyway.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. See. One
Just
guy gets out of the driver's side. It was the guy you recognize from the gas station. You've actually seen this guy before. He's got a pretty gnarly scar kind of going from his cheekbone down to his like jawline. It's pretty deep. Even healed as it is now, there's like he's got a trench in the side of his face functionally. You can also make out a little bit of a tattoo on the side of his neck. It's like, yeah. And he's got a front of his coming out of the out of the other side of the SUV. He's coming out. And he's got an aluminum baseball bat. The guy from the driver's side actually reaches inside his proper like jacket, like it's a rain jacket essentially.
Yeah.
It reaches inside and he does pull out a bigger meteor looking pistol than what you've got. Like he's got a heavy pistol, you've got a standard like Glock essentially.
She's just like
He's pulling
looking
out
at
something
them
equivalent to like a deagle.
while she's like panting for breath. I'm just like, oh, can I help
See,
you?
unlike these goons, I know what I'm dealing with. Yeah, you're smart, you're a little clever. Too clever for your own damn good, though. Jack, fuck her up. And don't put up a fight, little miss. The guy comes over with the baseball bat. What do you want to do? He's sauntering towards you.
Got someone has a gun aimed at me, hey?
Yeah. Key choices.
She
He's getting
just, you
closer.
know what? She's just gonna start swearing. She just starts fucking speaking off whatever swear she can think of. She's far more creative than me when it comes to insulting mothers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not like physically resisting at this point. She can kind of see what's happening. Like,
Yeah. Okay. He rocks up to you, raises the bat, swings right for your knee.
no.
Full force. And just, it sends you down to the ground almost immediately. As you don't know if something's dislocated or broken, but you definitely can't put weight on it as you go down. In that moment of pain, there is a clarity. You're used to being in danger, but things have been getting worse. And now it's looking like, from a certain perspective, this is something akin to the noose being tightened. This is do or die, some way, somehow. It is in that moment of raw terror of the unavoidable that you erupt.
Fuck.
It is not necessary the glowing, flashy thing out of comic books. It is just a moment of sudden capability. The pain in your knee subsides. With the powers available to you, how do you overcome this situation?
With the powers available to me.
Yes.
Okay. So she was hunched over. She just felt her knee cave in, basically. She was going
Mm-hmm.
down to the ground. And she thinks that, it's not necessarily the end right here at this moment, but she knows that them taking her to wherever they're going to take her, that's the end. And she can't fight this gun, she can't fight this guy with this bat, and then she realizes she doesn't have a choice. She doesn't have a choice at all. Like you said, it's survival, it's do or die. And she closes her eyes for a second, and her knee, like you said, doesn't hurt anymore. And she feels strange. She feels suddenly very aware of what she needs to do. And she can feel almost like her body is shifting. What she's going to do for this is she's going to probably use the boost ability.
Okay.
Which is, let me just double check it here because I have it written down. Okay, yeah. So she has 2 in boost, so it would raise her might to 5.
Sure. Happens. Not gonna worry about rolling dice right now.
Okay.
You jump to
Um,
my 5.
yeah. And she's just going to grab that bat.
Mhm.
In terms of if you were to rank might 5, what is that on the scale of like
It is peak human ability. This is Olympic strength. This is body, like peak weightlifter strength. The absolute pinnacle of what a baseline human is capable of. This
okay,
is benching hundreds of pounds.
cool. So, yeah, she'll reach up and she yanks that bat right out of his hands. Um, and
Absolutely.
as she kind of stands up, pulling this bat out of his hands, she almost has a different perspective on the situation. This guy just feels so much smaller to her now. Like he's nothing. He's beneath her. He's just some asshole following some other asshole's words. And she's gonna take that bat and she's just gonna swing it right at his head.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead, give me the attack roll. Let's see how devastating this hit is.
Close combat, right?
Yeah, close combat plus melee. Or sorry, plus melee. That's what close combat is.
Plus might.
Close combat
And I'm
plus might, yes.
going to put. Do I put 2 enhancements for my boost on might? Or is it dice
Um,
modifier?
yes. Well, it would be extra dice because it's just
So
boosting your
it's dice
strength.
modifier.
And
Okay.
then you have a +1 enhancement because it's a melee weapon.
3.
Yeah, like the other guy, he's not wearing any armor. He was not ready for you to fight back. So he's defense 1. You get to inflict a bruised condition on him. And yeah, you have 2 successes left. How would you
Yeah.
like to spend your 2 successes?
I think there's like a trip or knockdown thing.
Yeah. So there's
Can I do that?
shove. Yeah, knockdown or trip is 1 success. So yeah, you could
Okay.
absolutely do that. You smash him in the head. Doesn't knock him out, but you definitely like it's a solid thunk as you hit him in the head and he goes tumbling over with a yelp. Um and you have 1 success left.
Do, 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 do.
If you want, you could throw it in the momentum pool if there's nothing else you want to spend it on in combat.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Momentum goes up to 4.
Cool bean.
Um, take that. Um, the guy with the gun, he's gonna level it, and he's gonna take a shot at you.
Yep.
Um, you're a little bit more durable.
Sure
For
am.
the sake of this moment, the bullets hit you, but they don't find purchase. It stings. In the moment, you might believe you've been shot. But what are you going to do? Are you going to run or are you going to fight?
Oh, she's fighting for sure.
Okay. You rock up on him. He is trying to backpedal as he is pulling the trigger, but his back hits the SUV and you bap him right in the head. And he sinks down with a groan as he drops the gun. You can see in his eyes the shock, but also a degree of vacancy. You've definitely rung his bell. What are you going to do?
Okay, so got the guy down with the gun. The other guy that I took the bat from is down, so it's just Scarface.
The Scarface was the one with the gun.
Oh, that was the one with the gun. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Is there
just the two
anyone
of them.
else? It was just the two of them. Okay.
You're looking
Um.
around. You're not seeing anybody else.
s- Okay. Uh. Well, she has grown up on the streets out here.
Mhm,
Her dad runs with a group. She knows how unforgiving and brutal and shit this can be. They fucking shot her.
mhm.
Um. So she's gonna look down at this guy and she's just gonna keep hitting him with the bat.
Okay. So here's the question: is your intent to permanently remove him from ever being a threat again?
Like her intent isn't to kill him, no. It's to just beat him up to the point where he probably couldn't be a threat. Like disable him, essentially.
How?
I'm imagining since they went for her knees first, that's kind of her mindset.
Okay.
And just
So you use
pulverize
the
his
bat.
legs.
Yeah. Yeah. You use the bat. You break his legs. It's not terribly hard. It few good swings on each leg. There are groans of pain, but you can tell he is so rattled from getting hit in the head, there's not a lot of resistance.
When she's kind
The
of
other
vented,
guy. Mhm.
oh, sorry, I say
Go
when
ahead.
she's kind of vented her anger, she's going to look at him. Um, does he look like he doesn't look like he can really understand right now, right? He's just out of it.
He might be able to like hear what you're saying, but you're not sure how much he's really going to process it. But he's definitely conscious. Like he's aware of what's going on.
Okay. She plants the bat just kind of like on his chest, resting it on his chest, and she is gonna look to see where the other guy went now.
The other guy, he's laying in the alleyway. He's starting to get his hands and knees. Um, you can tell you definitely rung his bell too. He's a bit disoriented, but he's trying to get up.
Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna look at him and she's gonna go, "Hey, fucker, the one on your knees over there, look at me."
He slowly turns and looks at you. You see there's a little bit of blood running down the side of his face.
Tell your boss, whoever the fuck is in charge, to leave me the hell alone.
Uh, okay. He kind of lays back down on his side.
She's gonna step back from the guy that she just beat to a pulp. She's gonna look
Yeah,
down at him and she's going to actually spit on him. And she's gonna stalk off down the street with the bat, her stolen gun,
sure.
adrenaline surging through her veins, kind of just trying to get back to the motel because
Yeah,
she still thinks she's shot and she needs to look at her injuries.
yeah.
Like she can't
Um,
feel them, but she's assuming that's just adrenaline.
yeah. You're stalking off. Initially, power walking. Adrenaline's pumping. You need to get away from here. People normally aren't fast to call the cops around here. People tend to kind of not want to get involved in any way. Um, a lot of people like to pretend to not see anything around here. Um, but if you stick around, eventually somebody's going to come around asking questions. So you're moving with some desire to get out of here. Adrenaline's still pumping. As you're walking, you start going through the checklist, start checking for bullet wounds. You check where the stinging sensation was, which it's not stinging anymore, and you look and you see you're not even bleeding.
Uh, she's gonna she's gonna pause because when she sees she's not bleeding, she's also looking at her hands, and she's noticing like at first there was something kind of dark she thought on
Mhm.
her fingers, but it's not blood. It's not like something glistening, and it's almost more like these claw like talons. now where her nails used to be. And she's kind of like caught
Hmm.
off guard. She's like looking at her fingernails,
Yeah.
these black, curved, sharp looking nails. And it starts to hit her that when she thought that that guy looked smaller, he might have actually been smaller. Like she feels like her clothes are kind of like tight. She can actually see that her pants don't reach her ankles anymore when she looks down.
Yeah. As you're like actually processing what you're seeing, you're coming down off the adrenaline and you're starting to notice, like, yeah, you're kind of uncomfortable right now. Like, your clothes feel like they're squeezing the shit out of you. Um, Matter of fact, it's not just the I actually pulled that off that is making you feel larger than life. Your center of gravity feels different. It feels off. You
She's
have changed physically.
she's gonna kind of like step back a bit and look around. Is there like a storefront with like, a darkened window that might have some sort of reflection cast off in it?
Sure, sure.
Okay. So she's gonna stop and she's going to look. And she startles because what she's looking at does not at all look like not just herself, but entirely human. Um, where she was just kind of an unassuming, scrawny nobody before, as said, with her uncut, not uncut, with her shaggy cut brown hair. Now it's almost a silvery white in color, still cut about the same, shaggy, not the best even cut all around. And her eyes have changed into this like glowing yellow color to them. She's definitely taller. She went from probably around 5'5" to almost 6'4", so nearly a foot in height. But most alarming is she can see now that she's got a curl of wicked black horns coming out from the side of her temples. And they seem to kind of form a almost hardened bone-like structure that comes to the bridge of her nose. And as she examines herself further, obviously given that she's grown in size, uh her clothing is like barely holding on, but it's holding on. And she realizes that the discomfort is not just the pants are too short, but like there's something she feels like restricted by these pants. And she kind of like she'll like look at her stomach and notice these strange bony protrusions kind of along her rib cage. um and she kind of like feels down and she'll notice that there's like a strange bump at first on the small of her back, and after a little bit of maneuvering she discovers she has a whole ass tail attached to her now. um and that's probably when the panic properly sets in, and she doesn't know how to respond to any of this. um I mean, I don't know how I would respond to suddenly developing a horn and tails, but I don't think it'd be very pretty. So she's just gonna start kind of like screaming, clawing at her clothes. Um, she is gonna essentially just become a barely dressed, raving mad woman running down the streets.
Okay. So you start having your breakdown.
Yep.
You are panicked, running, brain working in overtime to try to make some kind of sense of what this is. You've been around, novas are a thing. You've seen them just like everybody else has, but nothing quite prepares you for something like this. And so there is a sense of surreality to it all. as you try to make it make sense, try to rationalize it in some way. As you're running through the streets,
I think she
nobody.
still would
Yeah,
have the ultimate goal of making it to that motel, but like
yeah,
it's like an animal's flight, right?
yeah, yeah. You're running, you're going because of the nature of this town, this part of the city. Nobody comes to help you. There's
That makes
no
sense.
support here. There's no people on the streets see you and they're not going to try to stop you. You look like you might be one of those aberrants, even to use the pejorative. You're acting crazy and you look to a degree inhuman. So even the people who would potentially try to help you are given pause. And you get all the way back to the motel without anybody trying to stop you or help you.
The second she gets into the motel, she shreds off whatever remaining clothing she had on because it's uncomfortable and doesn't fit anymore. Um, and I'm assuming she dropped her snacks in the process of all of this. I can't imagine she kept a hold of it, any of that. So instead, she just grabs the liquor that the orange juice was initially intended to be mixed with, cracks open the bottle, and just takes a nice hearty chug out of whatever's inside. Just some
Yeah.
cheap vodka
Okay.
while
It's,
standing naked in front of a mirror.
yeah. Hard liquor on an empty stomach never
Beautiful.
fails. You begin to feel it pretty quick. And it, of
Um,
course, cheap vodka burns on the way down. It's
yeah.
not smooth at all. Terrible stuff. But it's the self medication you seem to need in the moment. It mm, mellows you out is probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but you begin to smooth out. The nerves kind of deaden, and the stress of it all doesn't necessarily melt away, but it's definitely muted for the moment.
Okay. What has she seen in terms of like media or instructions on what to do if you erupt? Like, has she seen anything about this?
Um, yeah, you've probably seen like ads on display TVs or in newspapers or just on TV in general. Um, it's kind of common knowledge now. If you erupt, you are welcome to go to a Project Utopia Bahrain facility to get checked out.
Okay.
They're, as far as you know, they're supposed to be free. You just show up. It's just something Novas do. You just, same way, like if a human gets sick, they go to the hospital. If you erupt as a Nova, you go to a Bahrain facility.
Okay. So she's going to um hmm,
Sorry, I might be thinking of a different term, unless I'm overthinking things.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean that's going to be her goal. She's going to try and find herself a place to go. Um is this a thing where like everyone knows where this facility is, or does she need to get an address?
Sorry, it's a rush out facility. I'm fucking my brain.
You're
I was
fine.
thinking of something very different. You do not want to go to a borrowing facility, and that's all I'll say about that. So rush
Lucky
out
for you,
facility.
I don't know any of the terms.
Yeah. People who listen to this and know those terms are gonna be like, you do not want to go there. That's no, you don't want to go there. But yeah, rush out facility. What was your question you were trying to ask me?
Does she just know where to go? Like, is it like, oh, there's, that one place on the hill, that's where the Novas go?
They're not all over the place. There is a smaller one in this city. It hasn't gotten a lot of activity, but there is one here.
Okay.
It's in a nicer part of the city, though. It's not close. It's walking there is going to take several hours.
What's she going to do here? Well, first, actually, she's going to find some clothing that fits her. Just anything to make do, even if she has to like use a towel and a belt just to cover some parts, just something to cover herself with that works for now.
Well, I'll say
Um,
you probably have like a bag of some sort that has your closet, quote unquote.
yeah.
Um, you've probably got some ill-fitting clothes previously that were ill-fitting that you had ways of making do. Shoes you're kind of SOL on, but I think it's safe to say that there might be a pair of jeans that previously you kind of had to just roll up the bottoms of and then use a belt. Um, they're a little uncomfortable, but they kind of fit, kind of. They're not perfect, but it's functional for a few hours or maybe for a day or two if need be. As far as shirts, there's like maybe one or two baggy shirts that they were baggy previously. They're not the best fit now, but they're functional. And maybe like a hoodie or a jacket or some kind that you can kind of pull on that
Okay.
you may not be able to zip entirely up considering certain factors, but it's something.
Well, yep, it's something. That's all she needs. So she's going to do that. And she's going to call herself a cab. She doesn't have money, but she doesn't care. She's going to call herself a cab.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. It takes a little bit, about a half hour, but a cab comes. You get in, you tell the guy where you're going, and he actually double takes in the rearview mirror and does like, oh, right. Sure.
Yep.
And starts driving. Definitely was not paying attention when you got in.
She
He's
she's gonna like
very aware now, though.
hunker down in the back, try not to damage the roof with her new horns.
Yeah. He drives you there. It's a quiet drive. There's a talk show he's listening to on the radio. And in the first couple minutes of the drive, he's clearly not thinking about it, but on the talk show, they're sitting there and they're like, there's a guy on there who's saying, look, I'm not saying we need to, be putting labels or tags on them or anything like that, but I think it's really important for national security to be keeping track of these people. I mean, like, there should be some kind of list. What are they capable of? Where are they? I mean, you think about it. It's like having a nuke with legs with these people, And I'm not saying we need to violate their constitutional rights. They are people after all. But, I mean, how would you feel if Superman just turned up in your backyard and decided to blow up your backyard? Who's going to hold him responsible? Yeah, sure. A lot of them are like, they agree that they have to follow the law, but how many times do you actually see any of them get arrested? I'm just saying. I think there's a questions we need to be asking. And it's around this point the guy is he just kind of reaches over and adjusts the knob. It turns to like some as some would call it dad rock. Some of us would just call classical rock. And yeah. He awkwardly checks the rearview mirror, sees you seeing him, seeing you, and eyes back to the road.
Interesting listening material.
Yeah. Um. Otherwise, it is a long, awkward car ride as you are sitting there kind of uncomfortable in your own skin to a degree.
Well, she's
And
uncomfortable. So just so
yeah.
you know, because she's uncomfortable, she's also intentionally going to make this guy uncomfortable because that's the type of person she is.
Gotcha.
So she's, asking him now some of those hot topic questions. What does he think about registries for Novas?
He he's sitting there, eyes flash in the rearview mirror again, checking you, and he like looks like he's trying to get a read on you maybe. He it's like, well, uh you know, uh, I think there should be some accountability, right? These teams, they kind of go in and they handle things, but it's yeah, sometimes unintended damages happen, and well, look,
Well,
Utopia's good at cleaning up very public things, but what about the things that don't get to the media? I don't know about you, but I don't trust the media to tell me everything. I don't trust them to tell me the whole truth. It's all fake news.
who who would you get to handle uh these issues? The
I
police?
don't know. Uh, Probably some kind of new department or something.
Special Nova Task Force?
Uh, well, I don't think they should be in charge of it. I don't think you can. I don't think you can have them be accountable for themselves. I think that's
So you want to put just normal humans against Novas?
I mean,
Keeping
yeah,
them in line?
because then you don't have what do they call it? A conflict of interest. You know.
Hmm.
I mean, look at them terrorist guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
They I mean, they're gonna look out for other Novas. They don't give a shit about us. I mean, normal people.
Cool. Cool. I was a normal person just a few hours ago.
Uh, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't mean nothing by it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No. Just, getting the feel for my new
Uh,
reality.
Right. He's kind of. If you don't engage him anymore, he's just gonna shut the fuck up.
I mean, nothing we have to awkwardly puzzle through,
Okay.
but she doesn't let up because, as I said,
Gotcha.
she's uncomfortable, so now he gets to be uncomfortable.
So you're just maliciously just like
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
dig at this guy who is like,
absolutely.
this cab ride is gonna pay me well. Just endure it just a little longer, but just a little longer. It's just going through his head as he's going, and eventually get in front of the facility. It's you don't know it, but it's not as large as some of the other facilities are because there's not a lot of real estate that they're working with here in this city. But he pulls up. You see the meter. It's supposed to be like fucking $70. Like it's ridiculous. Um, he's like, right, that's gonna be 70 and 25 cents.
She's gonna look at it. She's gonna look at him through the mirror, and she's going to just smile ever so slightly, and she's gonna say, well, guess you're just gonna have to call the cops about it. And she'll get out of the car.
What? He rolls down the window. It's like, lady, you gotta pay, lady. And it's just like, what the fuck? God damn it. Rolls up the window and speeds off.
And there I
You make your
go,
way.
confirming all of his, biases.
Yeah. Make your way inside the rush hour facility. It's a very nice building. This part of the city is very clean. Not pristine. It's a city, but it's clean. Front doors are glass, even. Nice, shiny silver handles. You open the door and step inside. There's a pleasant, almost like tropical smell. It's like, it's not the obnoxious, like, scented chemical cleaners a lot of places use. There's this very pleasant sort of, can't quite place it, like maybe like mango or something, or maybe orange, maybe a mix of the two. It's very easy on the nose, and the place is very clean. The floors are shiny, like the tile floor, you can see the reflection of the fluorescent lights in the ceiling. People aren't lingering. There's not a lingering smell of cigarette smoke. There's a lady behind the front desk who looks up at you with a patient but expecting look and a warm smile.
She'll wave as she approaches.
Good afternoon. Are you here to check yourself in?
Yeah, I am. Kind of new to this. Don't know how it works.
You're totally fine. It's every Nova's first time, at least once. So,
That's a fun line.
very simple. She taps away at her computer. Can I have a name that you go by?
Theta. It's THETA.
Okay. She types that down. Strikes you as a little odd. Normally, people question what's the deal with the nickname? Because there are a lot of people that do not believe for a second that that is your government name. Um, but she doesn't even bat an eye. Just writes it down. And um, is there um, anybody that we need to contact on your behalf?
Uh, no, no.
No, that's fine. Um, is there, well, when did you first notice the change?
Uh, she's gonna look for a clock.
Yeah, there's a clock behind her on the wall.
All right. How long does she figure it's been?
Um, ballpark about 3 hours, maybe three and a
Okay.
half.
All right.
You weren't exactly looking at the time when the fight
No,
broke out.
no. She's just, yeah, guessing. We'll say 3 hours ago when I looked in the window of a closed shop.
Hmm, okay. She types a little bit more. Um, okay. Um, you um, are you okay to wait for about 30 minutes?
Ain't got nowhere else to be.
Okay. Sick.
I mean, I was
Um,
shot, but I seem to be okay. I don't know if that's.
are you bleeding? Or are there any injuries?
I don't think so.
Okay. She kind of raises up out of her seat a little bit and like visually examines you. I'll add that to the notes. If you think you're okay and I'm not seeing anything imminently life threatening, and it's been hours, I think you're probably gonna be fine. But I'll note down. She sits back down into her seat and types a little bit more. Um, uh, the Dr. Cole will be with you in about 30 minutes. Um,
Neat.
he takes a late lunch because normally the mornings are a little busy, but he'll be back briefly. Um,
This happens more often in the mornings.
not this specifically. That we have other things that we do here at the facility. That is, we do research and stuff here.
I see.
Yeah. Um, so if you want, down here on your right, there is a small waiting room. If you want, there is some snacks and refreshments that you can avail yourself of.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds actually really good.
All right.
So I'm gonna
Somebody
go.
will come get you when he's ready.
She'll give a thumbs up and she will go help herself to some snacks.
Okay. You go and yeah, it's a cozy little waiting room. It's like 3 tables with like 4 chairs each. There's like a vending machine. But then there is like a actual like freely accessible rack of snacks of like some basic stuff like chips and stuff like that, as well as there are some fruits like bananas and apples. And then there is a like filtered water machine um that's hooked up, as well as a coffee maker. It's one
Hmm.
of them fancy coffee makers where you put like one of the little packets in and
Oh,
it
like a
does
little
everything.
Keurig.
Yeah. It's a
Neat.
little
Look
it's a
at
little bit it's a step above a Keurig. Like this isn't your home coffee maker. This is like you get this for the office break room type deal. Um
fancy.
yeah, it's got a whole like water line into it and everything.
She will make herself a fancy coffee. Grab an apple and some chips.
Yeah. So yeah, you sit down and it's quiet. It's a little chilly. Like they got the AC going. It's a little cold. But you enjoying your snacks, and time passes, and it's about 25-ish minutes. You see somebody comes by, and they're like, "Hey, are you Theta?"
That is me. She
All
is
right.
I.
If you want to come with me, and they will lead you through the facility. It feels kind of hospital like, but without this very like clinical nature to it. It like, as much as it looks like a hospital, it almost feels more like just an office. But it's a
She
weird
will
combination.
she will try to basketball throw her garbage into the trash can and follow.
Okay. I'm half tempted to make you roll to see if you actually get it in the bin.
I mean, she wouldn't. She wouldn't stop to pick it up. So,
Okay, you know what? Sure. Give me the aim. Aim and might for something thrown.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, absolutely biffs it.
You toss it and completely misses. Doesn't even touch the rim.
Mm,
Um
guess
the
I didn't
lady
think
that's
of it.
leading you doesn't seem to notice.
Okay, yeah, she just leaves it.
Yeah. She, because you're kind of following behind her, she's focused. You guys make your way, and she leads you into a room. There's a bunch of different machines and stuff in there. Doesn't look like a typical doctor's office, but there is kind of like a nice cushioned, like inclining, reclining bed chair thing for you to sit on. Um, and eventually, this Dr. Cole comes in, about middle aged, and looks like a doctor, and dressed like a doctor, I mean. And he starts running through all kinds of questions and start hooking you to different kinds of machines, running a bunch of tests, and he's explaining this stuff to you of you're Nova now, what does that mean? He explains, you have these things that have been called MR coils inside of you. They're in all of your cells, and they are what enable you to do the things that you're now able to do. And it's still being explored, all the possibilities that these MR coils have, but it is what makes you different. Um, and as he's running through these tests, he's kind of able to tell you what a majority of your powers are. Because they're able to check to see um, what kind of manifestations are going on inside of you. Some powers are harder to tell, such as like greater intelligence or social ability, but especially in your case, it's like, well, you're more durable, you can heal, you have ways of adapting to situations, you're very physically oriented with your powers. So they're able to kind of give you the whole lowdown on most of what you got going on.
Damn. Nothing
Um,
fancy.
from what they could tell. Like there are some powers, like I know there are some things on your sheet that they're not going to be able to be like, oh, you can do this.
Right.
Yeah, like most of your quantum powers all your quantum powers, they can't exactly tell. But like your mega edges, they're like, yeah, that stuff's there. We can see that. Um, but yeah, he'll run you through that stuff. They want to keep you overnight while they run some additional tests and just check some other stuff. Because they want to check for other potential hazards that may not be imminently obvious, like a bunch of blood work and stuff like that. And the next day, you get a visit from a woman by the name. She introduces herself as Cassandra, and she tells you that she is a representative from Project Utopia.
What's up, Cassandra?
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Just saying what's up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the what's up. So I was like, what was I? So she's got some paperwork with her and stuff, and she's like, um, how are you feeling?
I mean, pretty good, all things considered.
Are you adjusting well? Has the process been a smooth one for you?
I mean, yeah, sure, after the initial panic wore off.
That's understandable.
I mean, I
Um,
definitely did not look like this before. That was kind of alarming.
yeah. And everything here at the process here at the facility was fine.
Yep, sounds like I'm just a boring, normal, physically gifted Nova. No
I
cool,
wouldn't
fancy.
say boring or normal, but
Well, I mean, it's not like I've
if
got teleportation or something.
well, I I don't know how that stuff works, but I think all novas are uniquely gifted.
Oh, just special little snowflakes.
Exactly. Um,
Mhm.
that said, as I told you, I am a representative from Project Utopia. I'm not here to try to force you into anything or to guilt trip you necessarily. However, I am here to extend an offer as we do to everybody who comes to one of our facilities for the first time. Um, that is the offer of joining Project Utopia as a Nova. To be clear, this is not an offer to be part of Team Tomorrow. This is to be an auxiliary. Um, as an auxiliary, there may be times where you're asked to help Team Tomorrow, but you will generally be able to pursue your own projects and interests and such. But you are functionally on call. That said, there is a, might I say, comfortable paycheck included with that, as well as a lot of support through Project Utopia, just for being a part of Project Utopia. At the moment, it is an interesting time. We are currently looking at putting together a sort of team of auxiliaries to operate out of Novara. I know it's a little ways away, it's a bit far from home, but if you're interested, there is a lot of benefits to be had. There's going to be provided housing, that cushy paycheck, and Novara is, I mean, I've only been a couple times myself, but it is a beautiful city. Phenomenal place to live, really.
When you're
You,
saying cushy paycheck, what are we talking about?
um, I don't want to assign as a storyteller. I don't want to assign
Yeah.
a number, but easily going into six figures. Easily. This is, I mean, obviously life-changing money. Like,
Yep.
you would not have to have like, being a Project Utopia Nova would be your job. It sounds like, essentially, you could, if you wanted to, sit around on a couch until they call you and not have to worry about money.
How to do auxiliaries, see work.
So, typically, they are pulled onto jobs or tasks based off of their skill set. For example, if you're not very good at combat, we're not going to ask you to go into combat situations. Say, for example, one you may know of is Antaeus. Antaeus is not part of Team Tomorrow. He's an auxiliary. He is, gifted with his powers to affect the environment. And so when Utopia calls on him, it is to help with our environmental initiatives.
I see. So,
But when he's not directly helping us, he is doing his own research as he wishes.
well then. I mean, definitely not just doing it for the paycheck. I definitely believe in like helping better the world and everything. For sure.
She nods with a smile. Of course.
Right. Yeah. I'm
I'm
I'm a good person.
not expecting an answer right now. If you want to take some time to think about it, you can. If you want to take a couple days or a couple weeks or even just a few minutes, you know, I
I'm gonna
can I
be
can step
real.
out or
I'm gonna be real honest with you.
sure.
There's nothing for me in this city.
Okay. I
I've got nowhere
sure.
else to go. Relocating to Navarra for work seems like the most responsible thing I could do with my adult life.
Um okay. I mean, if you're interested, then all I need from you is to start signing some of this paperwork I have here, and we can begin the process.
There's no other like requirements like education, right?
There will be some required training. For example, we require all of our Novas to go through some minimal media training
Right, right.
because
You on the job training makes sense, but I mean like prerequisite knowledge.
no, any training we deem you need to have, it will be assigned to you after you've joined. And those resources and classes will be provided to you.
Well then, that is all I needed to hear.
Okay, well, let's get this started then. She starts pulling out her paperwork and starts explaining parts of the contract and, to sign here, date here, and all of that. And it takes a little bit. It's about 30 minutes of signing stuff. And it's not just signing stuff for 30 minutes, it's her explaining what is in the paper. She's not just telling you, sign this, sign this, sign this for 30 minutes. Um, like, there are things where it's like, this is an NDA, there are certain things that you will see or hear or whatever that cannot be told to the public, like, all like, so on and so forth as you're going through this stuff. Um, but eventually you get all that signed. They keep you there at the facility as things are being processed. And while you're there, Dr. Cole is a pretty sensible gentleman. He becomes pretty aware that the clothes don't exactly work for you. He, in the meantime, gets you some clothes that are properly fitted to you. Um, they're nothing outstanding, but it's essentially like nice, comfy, like grippy socks. Um, and like sweatpants and
She
like a short
modifies it.
sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. She modifies
Yeah.
it for her new tail.
Yeah. But overall, like loose but fitting, comfy clothes that they seem to keep as spare clothes because apparently people losing clothes in their eruption not that uncommon,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
or at least having their clothes turn to ribbons or go up in flames or whatever else. It takes a couple days, but they eventually bring you this black bodysuit. And initially you're looking at it like, how is that supposed to fit? Like, and Dr. Cole was like, this is U fiber. Here, feel the material. And he holds it out to you.
She will give it a feel.
It's smooth. It's not rubbery or anything like that. The texture of it is not offensive. And as you're holding it, it kind of stretches a little, and you can kind of feel this sort of connection to it. You're not sure how to place it, but there's this sort of not necessarily magnetism, but like there's some kind of pull there. And as he's explaining it, this is U fiber. It's made by a nova. It's compatible with quantum energy. It can store quantum energy. That's why we have all these long-lasting batteries now. It's why we have super suits even. Like that's what all that stuff is made out of. Is U fiber. And because it is so friendly to quantum, it will, granted, it still has to be made to you for you to some degree, but it will adjust to you, and it can take different forms while you're wearing it, as long as you are able to sort of channel some of your energy through it. After wearing it for a little bit, you will, we kind of call it attunement. You'll kind of attune to it, and it will pick up on your intent, essentially. Just
Mind reading
try it
from
on, give it a go. Yeah. Try it on, get a feel for it, and then think of what you want to be wearing.
Okay. She will try it on. But I feel like all she can imagine is just the black bodysuit. Like that's what it looks like, and that's all she can picture in her head now.
Okay. So it changes a little bit to match that bodysuit.
Huh. She'll make some small adjustments as she's going.
Yeah. You can feel as you're messing with it, you can feel this kind of subtle drain of energy from you that is going into this suit. Because you have U fiber 4,
Yeah.
it can hold up to 4 dots of quantum.
Well,
And it will hold that quantum until you take it out. But as long as it has 1 quantum minimum in it, it will maintain its super powered qualities.
all right. Well, I mean, she'll put the 4 in there for now.
Yeah. Additionally, because you have U fiber 4, it has 4 different configurations of outfits it can become, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's comfortable. It's almost like wearing a second skin. You're
Neat.
like, once you're attuned to it, you're not even aware that it's there. It's just a part of you. So the upside with this, obviously, is it can entirely adapt to your tail. You don't have to worry about constantly customizing clothing. As long as it remains powered, it will suit your needs.
This is really, really sweet.
It's the wonders of Novatech, he says with a smile. I did get word from the powers that be. They will be arranging transportation for you later this afternoon. You have here, he has a manila envelope, and he opens it in front of you and pulls out some, it looks like some tickets and a couple printed out sheets of information. But it looks like a plane ticket to Novara, and as well as like a prepaid, essentially private transportation from the airport to the Utopia facility there.
I don't think she's ever been treated this good in her life.
Oh, as well as prepaid transport to the airport to then fly to Novara, because they have become aware that you do not have your own transportation.
Awesome. Do I
Yeah.
leave right away?
In a couple hours. Yeah. You're going to have you fly overnight. It's typically lower key. People are a little bit more tired, not paying as close attention.
That's...
Media is a lot less likely to take notice. They'll probably
think-
still notice, but maybe we'll have a head start over them.
Should I maybe like find some foam pieces for the horns for the flight? I don't know what the rules are for sharp objects on flights.
You're pre-approved. You're good. You'll still technically have to pass through security and all that to check your person, but the horns will not be an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We've got Utopia has relationships with certain businesses and such that we can arrange for accommodations in those regards.
Then, thanks for everything and the cool fun suit.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
I'm gonna... I'm just I have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna... Did we get my stuff
Yeah.
from the motel?
Yeah, that could have been arranged for.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just gonna waste some time here then.
Yeah, there's TV and stuff to watch and all that. Time passes. You take the flight out to Novara. It's very different. You've never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
All kinds of new experiences. See all that world below you, the lights of Novara landing at night. Just seeing this city is very different. It's not the sprawling, chaotic mess of urban decay. It is picturesque, even at night. You can see the outlines of the various parks in green spaces, the towering buildings, the pristine neighborhoods that are mostly dark at this time of night, but still have street lamps. There's some traffic that you can make out below, but the way the roads so calculated in how they spiderweb throughout the city. It is a very different place. Eventually, you touch down at the Novara International Airport just outside the city. There is a chauffeur there with a sign that says Theta on it. You go with him into a private vehicle. Nothing outlandish, nothing immensely stand out. The interior is very nice, though. Very nice. Very comfy. Plenty of space for you to stretch out, even as your new tall self. You drive out to the Utopia facility, and you're there for a bit. There is some word circulating amongst the staff as you get comfortable that you do overhear some people there being like, okay, we've got 3 at once, so it's all hands on deck. As soon as you get her sorted, I need you guys in 105, 108, and 107. You know, get all their details, find out what's going on. You know the drill. So hurry up with her, make sure she's good. If it's going to take longer, find somebody else to take over for you. We gotta make this snappy. It's not normally like this, Miss. She snaps her fingers for a second. Theta. It's unusual to have this many novas come in at once. So please bear with us. We'll have you set up. Matter of fact, I was told that you've been in a facility for a few days. If you want to get some real food, I don't blame you. While the stuff is edible, it's I know what the food is like, okay? If you want, we can give you an expense card and you can hop over into town and get some real food if you want.
You know
while we're
what?
taking care of them.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, actually.
Fantastic. I will let the people who handle that know, and they'll be by in a little bit. So just get comfortable. Somebody will come talk to you in a few. And they are hustling, like telling you, like, here's the amenities, here's where this is, here's where that is. If you have any questions, you can find somebody, blah, blah, blah. We got to go. And they're like out in the hallways. There are people hustling. It was nowhere near this chaotic when you went in just yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So while the rest of the group is coming to grips with the chaos of what happened only hours ago for them, you are happily driving along in a car towards the city to go have a nice dinner on somebody else's money.
She absolutely is going to the nicest fucking place she can get in at.
Absolutely, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh yeah.
So nicest place. So please describe to us what Theta's nicest
Oh god.
outfit is out of her 4 outfits that her U-Fiber has.
Okay. So, I mean, she hasn't been exposed to too many fancy outfits. What she has seen is like the nice outfits that the real moneymaker drug dealers and stuff kind of wear. So her version of a nice outfit is kind of like a blouse, like that dress shirt, right? It's kind of open a little bit. It's gonna be in like a rich purple, like royal purple color. A pair of dress pants with like a thick leather belt with a nice shiny, she does silver buckle on it. I'm assuming that jewelry doesn't work with this, so
Not exactly. It could to some extent. Things that would make sense to be a part of the clothes, yeah. But like if you're talking like earrings and stuff like that, not necessarily.
Okay, I was thinking more of like because she has the blouse open, so you can see almost like what would look like a corseted like bra kind of underneath, and then in between that there's like these like chains kind of hanging
Yeah, that would be doable. Yeah.
and silvery chains and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, hmm, probably not like a Michelin 5-star. Probably not that you would really want to go to those, considering how, well, over the top they are and how expensive they are for what you get.
Hmm.
Um, but you can actually end up going to like a really nice place that does just kind of take anybody, but it is a little bit more expensive because it's a nicer place. Um, and what kind of food
What kind of food?
does she want? Like what is a really nice dinner to Theta?
Again, she's not really so exposed to a lot of things, so I'm gonna say that like for her, the idea of a fancy meal is going to be that steak and lobster kind of
Okay,
fare,
absolutely.
like the
Yeah, so
very
you go
yeah.
to a nice steakhouse. Like it's not a fucking, well, I'm not gonna name the brand. But if you're an American, you know what I'm talking about. It's not the bog standard the steakhouse a lot of people are familiar with. But it's a nicer steakhouse. Um, you go in there, you get yourself a nice surf and turf. You do get some looks. There are some people that take notice, and they're like, surprising. Um, there are some, well, you're a woman, you're familiar with looks from men, perhaps a little self conscious considering some of the changes you've undergone.
I was
But
gonna say she definitely wouldn't have gotten as many
yeah,
looks back then. Like she was very average before.
yeah. Um, but also a lot of just looks of curiosity. Novas get noticed, especially in human looking novas. And you're not from around here. You're new. You're different. So people take notice. Nobody bothers you. But people are looking. And you sit down. The waitress tries not to make a big deal. She's noticing too, obviously, but she is professionalism mode. Gets your order, gets you your food. The food, oh my word. They were feeding you at the Roshout facility, but it was like above average cafeteria food, to be blunt. This, sublime. So good. Steak, perfectly cooked. Lobster tail, same thing. Perfectly cooked. Right amount of like garlic butter. Just so good.
Beautiful.
Phenomenal. You don't know if you've ever had a meal that's quite matched
She probably
this
hasn't.
meal in this moment
Why did you get
after everything that's happened. Just perfect. After your meal, what do you want to do?
um fuck it, she's gonna go drinking.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What kind of places does she like to go drinking? Is she a we're gonna go to a club and get crazy kind of girl, or like she just want to go to like a very more traditional bar, or is she going to like dive bars? Like where is she going to go drink?
So normally her haunt would be a dive bar under
Okay.
normal circumstances. Um, but she's got someone else's money.
Yeah,
She's in a new town.
sure.
she's gonna go find the nicest club she can, like the funnest fucking club she can reasonably figure out where it
Nicest
is.
club. The nicest club. I gotta think
Well,
of like a really
and I
a
suppose
name.
nicest is the wrong word, but like, the it spot for a club in the area.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I'm thinking. Trying to think of like a good name. I should have. I wasn't thinking of terms in Vampire when I started playing the city out, so I wasn't thinking of nightclubs and shit. But in hindsight, maybe I should have been. The more you know. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I
You
made
know
this
what?
up for you.
Phenomenal. That sounds like the perfect, like uptight kind of fancy club name. You make your way. It takes you a little searching. You gotta, you get out your smartphone and you
Her
start
new
looking around.
smartphone.
Your new smartphone. That's right.
Her new smartphone.
Yeah.
Used to have
Um.
these things before.
Yeah. It's a little odd trying to figure out how to use it, but it's like, okay, map app. If I have a map, I can find stuff, right? Instead of just like Googling. And then you're like looking around at the map and it's like, why aren't they showing enough icons? Like, what is this? Like, and it's like, oh, right, Google exists. And then you open your web browser and Google, and you eventually navigate your way. You get a cab or an Uber or whatever, and you make your way over to the capital D nightclub, the Millennium.
Ooh.
And this place is bumping. Doesn't matter that it's a weekday. It's a Thursday. This place is packed. You get out of the car. They drop you off right at the front door. There's a line. Mostly men, some women in line. They're dressed nice, kind of similar to how you are, actually. Some of them in leather, some of them in nice button ups. There are some guys doing like the man whore, like deep fee, like it's only like half buttoned button up shirt type shit. Even though
Okay.
it's fucking cold out, like some of these guys do have jackets on. It's below freezing right now.
Yeah. I mean, like
Um,
that deep V vibe is what I meant for her too. Like hers is
yeah,
like down to her belly
yeah.
button, basically.
But it's freezing out, but you're wearing what they're not wearing, and that's
I'm
you
also
five.
adaptable.
And you're adaptable. Whatever. Like you feel the cold, it doesn't bother you though. Like yeah, it is a bit nippy out. Whatever. And you step out, you're seeing this line. Half of the people at the front of the line immediately turn and see you, and they're just looking. The rest begin to catch on. The bouncer sees you immediately, unhooks the rope to go in right this way.
She's just gonna like full cocky swagger her way right on through.
Absolutely. No questions asked. You're walking through. He relatches the rope. Nobody at the front even says a word. Nobody balks. Nobody complains.
Cool.
You make your way inside, past the initial door, through the threshold. You can feel the music and the vibrations. Thumping, steady beat, nonstop. It's just going. It is a very addictive beat. And you make your way through the crowd. It's dark. There are lights going. There are people everywhere. Some people lingering, talking. Some people are just drinking. There are people in some dark corners making out. Everybody here is like dressed nice for the club experience and all that. It is humanity at a nightclub. And of course, people see you and they make a path for you. It's like the Red Sea just parting as you're passing through. Of course, you get looks. A lot less subtle looks, too. Men and women checking you out as you're passing through.
She's going to head to the bar first.
Okay.
And she'll get herself a drink. She's not a crazy order for a drink. She just gets whatever, like, what are they, highballs that they have? That's easy. She just gets an assortment of those.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She
You
has
get
no
drinks.
issue mixing her liquor. She's
Yeah.
there.
You get drinks. You start drinking.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying the vibes, enjoying the drink. Part of you is inclined, because of all the looks you've been getting, you're half expecting somebody to approach you. But it's like an hour passes. You're just enjoying yourself. Nobody bothers you. There is like a sphere of influence where you have essentially like a safe distance from people, because maybe they're intimidated, maybe they're scared. Who knows? Maybe they just know better not to fuck with a Nova. Who knows? But you have this air about you that people are not approaching you right now as you are enjoying these drinks. However, after about an hour, somebody does.
Hello, somebody.
There is a guy in a leather jacket, black jeans, rocks up. He's wearing sunglasses inside in a nightclub where it's mostly dark, and snow white hair. It's kind of messy, hand combed, short. He's shorter than you. He's about 5'10". Kind of skinny guy. Looking at the frame of him. He's not muscular or anything. Doesn't look fit in any way. He's got some kind of band t-shirt underneath his leather jacket. And he unabashedly rocks up right next to you. Sees one of the drinks you've got. Takes it. Downs it. Sets it back down. Sup?
Not much. What's with the glasses?
Oh. It's to not make the baseline stare too much.
Baselines?
He looks around at everybody around. Yeah. All the fucking baselines around. They get weirded out.
Well,
They're very easy to make skittish.
I think with me sitting here, you could probably lose the glasses.
If it makes you more comfortable. He takes them off, and it is just this roiling, swirling. It's almost like looking at maybe like the ocean in a way, like the top of the water. The way it kind of like shimmers in foams and such. But it's Stygian blue light. If you're not familiar with that term, you know, if you look at a lamp for too long and then close your eyes and you see that kind of blue color you've never seen anywhere else, it's that. It's just Stygian blue, and like for the first time you're seeing it outside of your own mind. And it's so strange. It looks so wrong to see it in real life like this. And it is just there in his eyes. It is his eyes. Just this roiling, flickering energy.
Well, shit, all I got was yellow.
Yeah, like he's no pupils or anything. He just nods. Yeah. Well, here you are. Here I am. You're new in town. I'm dreadfully curious. Who is that girl? He takes another drink and downs it.
Well, I go by Theta.
Well, Theta, it's nice to see you already got a name picked out. That's pretty cool. I'm Rakes.
Breaks. Actually, it was picked out way before this happened. It's just convenient to keep it.
Hey, whatever works. So, what brings a, as far as I can tell, pretty new Nova like yourself to Novara? You know, most go to peacock around in LA or New York. So why Novara?
I got a job offer.
Kind of smiles a little, a half smile, nods. You, an elite or Utopia?
It was Project Utopia that brought in the offer. You don't seem so thrilled with that.
Right. Hey, I believe in doing what you want to do, right? You want to do that? Go for it. However, personally, I don't trust Utopia as far as I can throw it. And newsflash, can't throw a corporation.
Well, I'd never said anything about trusting them.
Respectable. So what? Just doing it to feel good? Or the money? Or telling people you're doing it to feel good, but really doing it for the money?
That one, I think. Also, I mean, to be honest, I had no other options where I was.
You know what? That's respectable. Very respectable.
Yeah, I mean, gotta look out for
See,
you.
I've met a lot of Utopia Novas. He takes another drink, downs it. A lot of them try to convince me of some bullshit story about being a hero and saving the world or some other platitude bullshit. Right? I think you're the first one that straight up just admitted, to me at least, that the paycheck doesn't hurt. In fact, might even be a motivating factor. But look, you know, you wanna pal around with Utopia, you do you. Personally, they couldn't pay me enough money. But that's me. And you're you.
So, you obviously know that I'm new, and you implied that you're very not new. Any
Oh
sense
yeah, yeah.
about the city before I step
This
in it?
city, it's you know, Novara's pretty great. Yeah, sure. They're you got Church of Archangel out here. You've got, just some general people who are not fans of Novas around too. But it almost feels like for every one of them, you got somebody who's pro Nova around too. A lot of pro Novas around here. Had to be. Guy who made the city was a Nova, so Be fucking crazy to move into a city if you hate Novas when it was made by Nova, right?
You would think so.
Well, yeah, you would think.
I see people do crazy shit all
But
the
yeah,
time, though.
Navarra is it's a pretty cool place to be. Granted, because of there's tensions, it's you know, you might get caught up in some political discourse or what have you. But a little bird told me that Utopia is going to be building a little base of operations out here. Not that I think you know anything about that, technically speaking, legally speaking, probably.
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 Yeah.
So things might get a little interesting here in the future. Hard to
I
say.
was kind of curious why they needed a team out here, but I guess I'll find out.
Well, you know, there's miscreants like me around, don't you know?
Oh, you're causing trouble for me already?
Oh, so much trouble. You have no idea.
Mm.
So much. Uh, they don't like those Terrigen types running around, you know.
She stops for a second and she's like, she definitely clocked the term Terrigen, but
Yeah.
then she kind of shrugs her shoulders a little bit. Is it? I'm sorry, I don't know the etiquette for all this. Is it rude to ask what you can do?
Um, it depends. In some cases, it might be. In some cases, it's not. It kind of depends on who you're talking to. Because some people are very open to talk about it. Some people are very secretive. It's your mileage may vary.
Okay.
So
All
if
right.
that's a shot in the dark you want to take, you can.
Yeah, she's going to.
Sure.
She'll like incline her head towards him. Your ability's got anything to do with your fancy eyes?
Not particularly. I mean, kind of. I let's just say I can do a little bit more than just teleport around. Makes a lot of people nervous.
Man, teleporting, that was the one thing I said that I wish I had at the thing when they did that test on me.
I could teach you.
You can teach people to teleport. Well, Novas.
Yeah. But see, this is the problem with Utopia. They don't. You can't trust baselines to tell you about yourself. You're not a baseline anymore. You're a Nova. How are baselines supposed to tell you how to be a Nova?
I don't know, they hooked me up to some fancy gadgets.
Excuse me. Fancy gadgets. They got that shit all figured out.
Sure do. She's gonna order
Pardon me.
another set of drinks for both of them. Um,
You'll take one without hesitation.
yeah. So if their fancy gadgets aren't infallible, perfect, or whatever, are there other things I could probably do that I might not be aware of?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Shit. How do you figure it out?
Experiment. Try shit out. Sometimes you do things by mistake. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you just want to do something and it happens.
interesting.
It's a little bit of trial and error, but we're capable of a lot. I knew a guy who couldn't fly and somebody taught him how to.
She's just gonna drink her drink after that. Like, okay. Like, Jesus Christ. Learn how to fly, learn how to teleport.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not gonna try to convince you that you chose wrong or anything like that. I was just a little curious when I saw an unfamiliar face.
Well, I
But
appreciate the lack of sales pitch.
way I see it, it's not worth dragging the horse to the water. If the horse is thirsty, they'll come to the river.
The horse also signed a lot of contracts.
Contracts can be broken. What are they gonna do? We're Novas. Do
Not
what you want.
quite that criminally minded yet.
Criminal would imply that we have to follow their rules. That's the thinking you need to get out of. But hey, clearly you really want or maybe even need that money. I'm not going to make assumptions. So, you know what? Get yourself nice and cozy. Feel things out. Take advantage of the resources while you can. You know, that's a smart thing to do, I think. And then if you want to change up, well, or just hang out, you call me. He'll grab one of the bar napkins, pulls out a pen, writes his number down, and gives it to you.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Until then, enjoy yourself and don't let the baselines tell you what you can and can't do. He grabs one last drink, takes a shot, gives you a wink, sunglasses back on, disappears back into the crowd.
After a second, she'll finish her drink, and then she'll just climb onto the bar, like actually onto the bar. She'll stand there, and she's gonna look towards the crowd, and she's going to go, "The first 10 people to come over here and entertain me, I'm buying your drinks tonight." And just yell that at the crowd.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Immediately. Most of them guys, but it is like immediate. There are people swarming you for your attention
Okay.
now that they've been clearly invited to be near you.
She grabs hands, whatever the
Mhm.
first 10 hands she grabs, and she actually marks it 'cause she will scratch her nail down it. It's just like a thin red line.
Okay.
And then she'll hold one of the hands to the bartender, and she'll go, "If they have this, you see these faces? They're on my tab."
All right. So yeah, you have some company to enjoy your evening with in whatever way you deem fit. Because you're goddamn Nova.
Yep.
And they want a chance to come in at the ground floor of whoever this new person in town is. Because they just saw you talking to rakes. It was
Yes.
one thing to
No.
see a new Nova in town. You were just talking to rakes, and everybody here knows who that is.
Except her.
So, yeah. Yeah. So that happens. You eventually, after some amount of time, whenever suits you, really, make your way back to this Rashad facility outside of Novara.
Is she allowed to bring guests? Was that in the rules?
Not really. Like, it's one thing if you're bringing like family or friends are coming to check on you, but
All
they
right,
do not
noted.
just house people. Like,
Yeah.
they will house Novas, but not just anybody.
So she says goodbye to her menagerie,
Mhm.
and she'll drunkenly stumble her way.
They definitely try to give you their phone numbers. They definitely try to,
If they
get to
succeed,
that level of familiarity.
they are stored somewheres on her person.
It's
Probably
up to you if you accept them
regimental.
or not. You don't have
She'll
to.
she'll she'll take whatever numbers they get, but they're just gonna be written on whatever.
Okay.
Will she call them? Probably not, but she'll take the numbers.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. There's probably like another day or two of kind of being in the facility before you're going to meet the rest of the group. Now, for you gentlemen, I know it's been a hot minute where you have been sitting back enjoying this because I've been seeing the expressions
Oh,
you guys have been making.
absolutely.
I
You
see
get it?
Lane's expression. I can't see
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
talk.
Definitely fun.
You guys have been. I was since we started late. I had planned for there to be more time for this, but you guys have been home to visit family to help alleviate concerns for Ross. Obviously, your mother worried sick. 300 plus messages almost exclusively from her between voicemails, text messages, emails. Yeah. Worried sick. Some from your aunt and her husband. But you get home, you talk to her. She's freaked out initially because what is this strange thing coming into my house and they have a key to the house?
Yeah, that's valid. I don't think I told her what I looked like before we just showed
Yeah.
up, so yeah.
But you're smart. You know exactly what to say to make her realize it's you. She's stunned. And then you are bombarded by questions. Endless questions. So many
Oh,
damn
God.
questions. And the interesting thing is, while the rational part of your mind is aware that these are perfectly normal questions, there is a part of you, as small as it may be, there is a part of you that feels like these questions are so fucking stupid. You understand why she's asking these questions. You can perfectly map out in your mind the process, the thought process that she is traveling down to reach these questions. And it's almost frustrating at a very just in the back of your mind level because you are thinking of the answers before she's asking the questions.
It's almost like it was choreographed in a way. Like, I've known her my whole life, and now I'm this smart. I knew everything she was going to ask before I even got here. So it's just kind of
Exactly.
waiting to get to the point and just like, all right, here's this part, here's this part, so on.
Yeah. It is something you have the patience for because, like you said, you know her. It's your mother. The two of you are very close. And this is still a very new feeling to you. Like, as much as you're paying attention to her, you're kind of able to, your brain's multitasking effectively. And so you're listening to her, but you're also thinking in the back of the head of like, is this how this is always going to be? Like, is this the new normal? And that's not clear yet. You haven't interacted with enough people to know for sure, but the significance of that is not lost on you. You do eventually calm her down. The questions do eventually subside. And then, of course, she calls her sister. And you kind of got to sit with her while she's on the phone with your aunt and her husband, and they're asking questions, and it's the rehash of everything you just explained. And it's like, do I really need to
Right.
be here for this? Nope, you're going to stay right there, young man. Like, you just got home. You're not fucking off. Like, you're going to sit right there and yada, yada. So that's what's happening with you. Moses,
Yes.
you get home. Your parents, your mom's not there when you get there. Your dad's
Okay.
there, and your sister is there.
Sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they're freaking out. Dad's like, "Where the hell have you been? We've been worried sick." Your sister is like borderline bawling. She's like, "I thought you died." And your dad is like, he clearly has the same concern, but he's like, "I have to be the rock right now." He's trying to keep it a level and is like, you can tell he's relieved, but he's also doing that dad thing where he's like, he's frustrated, not necessarily at you, but at the situation. And it's almost that level of like, how dare you show up and not be hurt in any way, like without any word or anything. But you
I
can tell
get it.
he's happy you're okay.
Okay.
Like, yeah. And your sister is just clinging to you, like, we heard about what happened on the news. And she is just full on. You can't get a word in. She's just full, just dumping. And eventually, between you and your dad, you're able to, like, get her to level out because she's still, high school age. It is a hot ball of emotion. You imagine part of what's going on here isn't even necessarily about you. It's just everything compounded on top of what you had going on. And so now you're on the receiving end. But she eventually levels out, and you similarly are asked a ton of questions. Where have you been? Because the interesting part about you is you're not, aside from your little wings, which are not necessarily immediately noticeable at first glance.
With Moses' choice of fashion might even just be
Yeah.
like
Yeah. So, you have to show them that and kind of explain things. And it's like, your sister goes from like teary-eyed, like concern and everything to now like starry-eyed wonder, like, oh my God, my brother's going to be famous. Am I going to be famous? Like, her entire world has suddenly just changed. Your dad is kind of similar. He's not as immediate, but you can see the gears are turning. Like, okay, what does that mean for? What is that going to mean for his education? What is that going to mean, like, going forward? Is like what? So your dad is like, well, what's next? And you explain Utopia, their plan, all of that. You have that conversation.
I'm gonna be a hero now, Dad. Nothing much to it.
Yeah, no big deal.
Mhm.
It's just Friday, dude. It's just another Friday. And you're having this conversation like it's like 9:00 at night, and your mom finally shows up, and she's like, okay, just she sees this little thing happening in the living room. She's like, I'm tired. Give me like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So bursts down and everything and goes off to the bedroom. Comes back in around the house clothes and is just very collected, commanding. explain to me what the fuck happened. And you have to rehash everything again for totally different reasons. But ultimately, somebody wasn't there for the initial explanation.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys stay the night with your folks, but in the morning, you both get a call. Hey, we have somebody we want you guys to meet. We think if the meeting goes well, that this could potentially be your fourth member. So, at your earliest convenience, if you could come back to the Rash Out facility, you don't have to stay for the whole day, but we would like for you to come meet this person here at the facility and see if you guys want to give it a go as a team, or if personalities really aren't going to jive, or what.
Mm-hmm.
We think you guys will, but ultimately it's up to you. So, at your earliest convenience.
Sure. Be there in 5.
It'll take more than 5 minutes to get there, but yeah.
I mean, speed scale 6, so.
So
well,
right
maybe for you.
Maybe for you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna check how that matches up, but yeah, we'll say it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes probably for you to get there. Probably sub 5 minutes. Now that I'm thinking about it, speed scale 6 is pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, I think that's like enough speed to exit Earth's gravity orbital. It's
That's escape velocity. Oh damn.
Yeah. Escape velocity.
Yeah. You can probably get there in a few minutes. Yeah. Okay. So you get over there. However, they're like, well, let's wait for your other team member to get here. So you both can do it at the same time, because I'm sure you all will have the similar questions. So just make things easier. So you get there super fast, and you end up having to wait for Ross to show up.
I just eat stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cafeteria's open. They feed you. Today it's hamburgers and French fries. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. Yeah. Eventually, Ross, you get there. It's about probably around 10:30, 11ish by the time you get there. And you guys are kind of brought to like a sort of a meeting room, similar to the one you spoke with Liam in. It's a oblong table with nice chairs that can recline and such. There's a coffee machine and all that, as well as some light snacks. And all three of you are brought into the same room on a Saturday morning. And Liam is there. Liam is a Utopia representative. He's a Caucasian Asian mixed male, probably early 30s, maybe late 20s. Button up, slacks, dress shoes. He's got a watch. He says, all right, good morning, everybody. Ross and Moses, he says, respectively, pointing to the two of you. This is Theta. And I'm going to step out and let you guys chat, but this is just to see if you guys are willing to try being on a sort of team together. I'll leave you guys to it. I'll come check in a little bit. And he excuses himself. If you two could describe yourselves for her benefit.
Do that first.
Yeah, sounds good. You want to go first, Zutak?
Yeah, sure. So at this point, Moses would just be in like a jeans and a t-shirt. He's kind of a mix between black and white, as far as race goes. He's got greenish short hair and a green mustache, so that's what immediately kind of piques your interest or you notice it. He's got like a couple of different simple earrings, and he also has wings at his basically ankles, both at arms and legs, like small wings akin to like if you've seen Hermes,
Yeah, I was just gonna
the
say.
god. Yeah, that and the eyes are kind of emitting something between greenish and yellowish colors are kind of mixing. Um, Also, as soon as the guy leaves out, he would say, "Killer horns, that's cool."
Thanks. You beat me to it. Okay. Lane's character.
Yeah, so Ross is covered head to toe in this high-tech looking suit. That is mostly dark colors, you could tell, because you're wearing some, it's also U-fiber. Um, Overlaid with like these thick metal plates and this orange trying to run up and down his limbs and his torso. His head is covered completely in a dome, and the dome is filled with this roiling cloud of smoke that just conceals all of his features. The only thing you can see are his two glowing red eyes that pierce through the cloud.
Okay.
Nice to meet you again. How did you get there? Are you from here? I
No.
mean, okay. Are you new like us as well? Or are you like kind of?
Yeah, I'm new to this. Uh, got in a fight, and next thing I knew, I was a 6'4" this.
Wait, so so you actually grew? Like what were you before?
Like 5'5".
Nice.
Yeah, my clothes didn't think so much of that. Um, so how many times did you get stabbed to cause your eruption? John
What
beat up?
what we didn't get stabbed?
Oh.
I mean, there were some terrorists that wanted to shoot us, but they didn't really manage to.
Eh. Oh. Oh, sorry. I think mine happened when they broke my knee, so I was just curious.
Oh, are you good now? He kind of
Oh yeah.
leans to
She'll
look at
like
you.
she'll do that thing, where she like runs in spot but puts her knees up real high. Yep, all good.
Good, 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 good. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we got attacked in uni. Yeah, there was a bunch of terrorists and a bunch of stuff happened. I don't know if we're gonna go into like whole details, but yeah, we managed to fend them off. And
No, I
yeah,
was just curious if it was also violent.
it was definitely violent. Yeah.
Cool.
More
I
than you
mean,
realize. Yeah, it was pretty violent.
And what's up with you?
Kind of surprised you didn't hear anything about it in the news. We were all over the place.
I haven't been watching the news.
I guess
I've
that
been
makes a
very
degree of sense.
posted.
You've been dealing with the same thing too, I imagine.
Yeah, I got a tail, and she'll like whip it up and probably knock something off of something nearby when she does that.
You hear a stack of foam cups hit the floor.
Whoops.
Incredible. Listen, you can probably already tell that he does most of the talking. I'm just here listening at the moment. But you said your name was Theta, right?
Oh, yeah, Theta. That's me.
Gotcha. So I assume, since we're all sitting here, you signed on to a very similar deal that we also have.
Be part of an auxiliary team for Project Utopia, stationed here in Novara.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Yep, about that. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be upfront about it and ask what's with the whole tank vibe.
Because if I take it off, everyone around me within 100-foot radius dies.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Guess how we
That's
learned how
tough.
that worked.
Mm. Yep. Sorry about that.
It happens, I guess.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I absolutely fucked up a guy's legs. I didn't even need to. I just did it. I was mad. That doesn't help. Sorry.
It's information I now possess, so thanks.
Um. Yeah. Right. Um. Moses. Moses. That was your name, right?
Yeah, Moses.
What do you
But
do? Is the green relevant to what happened?
uh, um, no, that's just my thing. It's colored.
Before or after? Oh, colored. So,
Before, yeah, colored.
oh
I
shit.
mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I guess now people might think it's actually not colored, but that's gonna be fun. Anyways, I can move really fast.
Okay. Move really fast and yeah.
What do you mean? And
Oh, she
just
was sorry. You guys can't see me. I forgot. She was pointing to uh Ross. Move really fast, and then she didn't want to say what that Ross can kill people
okay,
within
okay.
100
Yeah,
meters.
besides destroying all organic life, I'm pretty smart. I can make things. It didn't take me long. I made the suit that you're wondering about. And I
Oh,
think
cool.
I can probably make some more stuff, so
Shit. Cool.
Ooh.
I was not a science kid. I don't know why I'm going to tell you this, but I never even graduated high school.
Ooh. Okay. What what
well,
Yeah.
what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My parents wouldn't let me not finish high school.
Oh,
because you didn't have a
right.
reason not to finish high school, Raj.
Uh, yeah. But my parents didn't fucking care.
Huh.
Pretty, pretty much it.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck was I gonna do with school. Okay.
Doesn't ultimately matter. I mean, we're all sitting at the same table at the moment, aren't we?
Sure are. Yep.
So, what do you do other than savage people when you feel like it?
When I get well, I mean, he shot me. Okay, sorry. I want to get that out there first. He did shoot me. Um,
Sure, wasn't accusing you of something untoward, just the information I was given.
yeah, yeah, and now I'm giving you more to clarify. Um, well, when he shot me, it didn't do anything. So there's that. My knee also repaired itself just with no issue. So from what I've gathered and the fancy machinery has told me, I am more durable and I heal very quickly. I might
Okay.
also have some effect, some level of immunities to things, but
So
it haven't.
nothing's gonna stop you, more or less.
I guess I never really considered it like that. I can still get drunk though, so I'm assuming ingesting toxins might not be in that
I'm
bracket.
I'm
Okay.
surprised you found the time to get drunk in all this mess.
I mean, isn't that the only time to really get drunk?
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose. Maybe if my suit had an induction port. But
Ooh.
Do you not need to eat?
I've not been hungry yet, but I assume it's.
Interesting. You should make yourself an induction port and I'll, do a cake stand with you. Sound fun? Sounds fun to me.
Wow.
Um, okay.
So, why exactly did you choose to sign on with Project Utopia?
I'm gonna read the room for a second here. She's gonna stop and she's gonna look at these two people.
Um, are you? Do we want to resolve this with a check to make it an opposed check potentially to see if you can?
Maybe. Because I don't know how good she is at reading people, to be honest.
Um, well, sure. Why don't we make an opposed check to see if you can get a touch on maybe what the right answer is here. Um, so I'm gonna have you roll. Let's see. Um,
Empathy?
empathy, yeah, empathy, and then I think either. I think a mental would probably be the most applicable here. Just trying to gauge
Okay.
them. Um,
Oh, sorry, I just went with cunning.
sure. And for you guys to
Uno successful.
trying to keep a straight face. Um, I think it's larceny.
I'm not trying to hide my intent.
Maybe it's integrity.
He's also a smoke machine, so I don't know if I can read much.
I could see
You can't
integrity.
see my
Yeah,
face, so
if you want
yeah.
to do integrity, you could do integrity.
Uh,
Um,
integrity with what? Composure.
yeah, I would say either yeah, I would say a social or one of your resilience options would probably make the most sense if you're just trying to sit there and not give anything away.
Okay. So that's integrity, composure for me.
Sure.
Shit.
Not really a composed person.
Mm.
Just waiting on Lane's roll.
No, well, he wasn't gonna bother. He's a smoke machine.
Oh,
Yeah,
understandable.
that
Okay.
is true.
Yeah, you don't know. You try to assess and they're not, well, one's a smoke machine and the other is pretty blank expression at the moment.
Well, I come from less than ideal circumstances. Grew up on the street, kind of a deal shit. Thought maybe this was my chance to do some good. Help other people in my situation.
Mm.
Do I need to roll to lie?
Well, the question comes with, are you guys trying to figure out if she's bullshitting?
I am. I don't
I was
know
gonna
her.
say
She's just
the
some random
smart
Nova that
guy.
showed up.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say
yeah,
the smart guy might be.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think I would
So
too.
lying will be a larceny roll. Um,
Any manipulation?
yeah, you can do manipulation. To figure out if she is lying, would probably be empathy, and then I would probably say
Jesus.
a mental.
Yeah.
Mental of my choice.
Yeah, I
Smart
think
guy
so.
gets the mental. Great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use my intellect. So
yeah. I'm gonna use empathy for cunning. I do have revealing read, but I think in opposed situations that doesn't
You
work.
can use
Or
cunning.
yeah, but I have like for the mega cunning an edge called revealing read. It's just for reading people, but I think we can just roll normal now. That isn't important.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
take a look at it while you roll.
uh, does my increase scale apply since I'm rolling intellect?
I'm gonna say no because this isn't about smarty boy stuff. This is just using your intellect to try
That's
to
good.
pick up on some
oh.
stuff.
Okay.
And my mega cunning.
Sick.
Um, gotta
Yuzi
double
threw
check.
me.
Does cunning actually
Oh
Sozi threw me.
Jesus.
help?
I'll just roll normal for now. So
Yeah.
I think it usually does, but I don't think it's not that important here.
You guys see fucking I'm a fucking glass door.
Okay.
Yeah, because all it does is give you like keen sense and stuff. So cunning wouldn't give you any extra on this roll.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you both are taking this in. Ross, you're watching her. The hesitation sticks out to you because you could tell she was about to answer and then she paused. And then she seemed to look at you both, which registers to you as a type of uncertainty. And that you can kind of just see that she is thinking about how she wants to respond. And then is dancing around the point that she doesn't have money instead of just outright saying that she is poor, and is then tacking on this line about helping people that are in that situation as well. The way it's constructed reads potentially as she is masquerading what she really means. You're confident. Obviously, you're not a lie detector. You can't say with 110% certainty, but you're pretty confident it is because she is poor and that they are willing to pay a significant chunk of money. Moses, kind of the same thing, except the information kind of comes to you a little differently. It's more of a gut feeling with you.
Mm.
Yeah, she paused, but the way she paused didn't feel like I'm collecting my thoughts. It felt like she stopped herself before saying something that she actually meant.
Mm.
And then there was something in how she looked between the two of you before she gave her answer. You're inclined to believe she's not being totally honest. But because she's not being totally honest, you think the money issue is probably a factor in some way, shape, or form. It could be that she's poor. Maybe she owes somebody money. Maybe she has a lot of debt. Who knows? But you think the money is probably a factor. maybe she is telling the truth that she wants to help people, but maybe it's not as altruistic as she was trying to make it sound like.
Okay. So Moses would be like, but you're not gonna go like kneecapping people, right? Randomly.
Not randomly.
Okay.
I don't think Utopia engages in mafia tactics that often. So, yeah,
I mean, if
be a
someone
little.
shoots me again,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I mean, if bullets can't hurt you, maybe you treat them like they can't hurt you.
yeah, I'm going to kneecap them instead of killing them.
I think this is a story, a talk for the PR department more than for us. We'll get that settled with the training. I think it'll go well.
Just
I
because,
for
sorry, just real quick, just because I don't hurt when they shoot me doesn't mean they can't turn that gun 5 degrees to my left and shoot someone else. You know, to be clear.
sure don't
True.
think the kneecap is what you should have gone with, however, but I think we can work on this. That's fine. I, for one, think that our missing friend. Did you hear from her by chance?
No, I think you know how she gets. I mean, she's been ditching us for days at a time just for a test. So I think this, you know, we'll give her a few days and then we'll see what happens.
I don't want to speak for her necessarily, but I do get a feeling that she's gonna absolutely love you. What do you think, Roshan?
Yeah, I think Zara's gonna like her. So I think we can speak for her in this matter.
You guys all knew each other before this?
Yeah, I mean, we were roomies.
Yeah, kind of weird how that worked out, but yeah, since high school.
Interesting.
Moses, if you would like to use Revealing Read, you can.
I would like to use Revealing Read. I want to use it. Cool.
All right. So the way this works is you're going to roll composure and empathy. 1 second, I gotta reread the description. Revealing Read.
It's
The difficulty
cunning.
does get modified.
Yeah, empathy, cunning, and the difficulty is equal to her composure -1 because my mega cunning is 1.
What's your composure?
2.
Okay, so it's
Go.
difficulty 1. So go ahead and roll that.
Who would have
Okay.
thought the girl who smashed a guy's kneecaps apart has little composure?
I can't go lower than 2, so I in the system.
Target
so
number. Target number is 7. Target number is always 7.
Difficulty is something you have to overcome with your successes.
Yeah.
So you need at least one.
You spend successes to overcome difficulty.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Sorry.
Wadbrain.
Yep.
Okay.
2 successes. All right. So 2 successes. So with 1 success, the Nova learns a single superficial fact or surface thought. A single success is also enough to know whether the target is lying or telling the truth as they understand it. Additional successes reveal more or deeper information, up to 5 successes for deeply hidden or even repressed thoughts. Along with this information, the Nova gains enhancement equal to successes when using this information to later influence the target.
Yeah.
So what? So obviously, you can pick up that she was lying about being really altruistic. The money stuff she was telling the truth about. But
Mhm.
what? So Theta, what a piece of surface information does he get? And what is something a little deeper than that he gets?
In relation to this, or like the
Yeah,
money
when
thing?
he's reading Theta with this power, to a degree, it can almost be comparable to mind reading, but it's not. It's just him looking at you and piecing things together about you. So something surface level you're thinking about that he can kind of pick up on, and then something a little deeper. It doesn't need to be a deep dark secret, but just something surface level and something a little bit more than that.
Okay, so the surface level thought is uh university kids, probably idealists.
Okay.
Basically, she should be catering to that. The slightly deeper thought is Rake said she was the first person to ever admit that she was here for the money over anything else, so she shouldn't say that again.
Okay. So obviously Moses doesn't get like that rakes information, but like
Yeah.
you can kind of tell, wait a minute. Looking at how she's reacting, she's already had a version of this conversation. She's talked to somebody. Maybe even another Nova. You're not certain, but she has had this conversation before, a version of this conversation anyways. And she definitely is like she's trying to tailor what she's saying to you two.
It's like, I mean, we're
Take
we're
that
gonna be.
PR department.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Sorry. I said take that PR department.
So he'd be like, look, we're if we're gonna be working together, let's just spill everything. I mean, you don't have to think exactly the way we think. I mean, I for one wanted to be a hero always. I want to help people, and now I can't help people. So for me, this is like a dream come true. But you don't have to be that way. You can just tell us what it is.
I mean, up until this happened, I had nothing going for me. Now I have a marketable skill. So I marketed it. Marketed it? Marketed it. That's a weird sentence.
Sure. I mean, people use their talent every day. You got a pretty good one. Yeah. See why. So I guess I'll ask a question then. What if someone with a bigger paycheck comes along, push your talents in a different direction?
Well, contrary to what some may think, I did sign contracts, and literally the last bit of integrity I have is my word, so
Sure. But I mean, they're contracts. They're pieces of paper. You're a Nova. What are they going to do to stop you?
weird question. I mean, I'm still the person I was before when it comes to everything that's not on the outside. Am I not?
Are you?
I don't feel different. I don't think I think different.
I assume this is like this is her speaking honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. Then Moon's look, man, I think we gotta give her a chance. I mean, she's, what would happen to me if I was, I don't know, with parents who didn't care, or with just, if we didn't have, what we had, the opportunities.
I'm not judging her for her background. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Just so we're clear, I don't agree with everything that this utopia does. I think they're the best possible solution at the moment, but I don't agree with everything they're doing at the moment. I think the situation we're stepping into is tenuous at best. You're not from around here, but there isn't much in the way of Nova politics up until now. We're going to be the first and foremost representatives of this entire organization in a city that may not welcome us. That's a lot of pressure. So, we need to be aware of that. And aware of other people trying to push us in different directions, too. I realize I may be coming off as a bit hostile, and I apologize for that, but we need to stay on top of that if we're going to work together.
I mean, fair enough. I've, well, without going into too many details, it's not a new situation for me to have to think for myself when other people try to think for me. I just don't have the fancy book smarts behind it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what do you think, Roger? We team this a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what I said. We give her a chance. I mean, everybody deserves a chance, right?
Sure.
What, and if I disappoint you, you'll take me out back and shoot me?
You won't disappoint. Come on. I got faith in you. And no, we won't shoot you if if that's why you're still not talking. I mean, we didn't shoot the guys that were shooting at us, so we definitely won't shoot you.
You just established 5 minutes ago that guns don't work anyway, so I have to be a little more creative. But I'm not going to try that.
Off.
All right, enough of this whole interrogation bullshit. I think we're on the same page. So, have you seen the site? Have they gone over any of the details with you yet?
I had
What
a
do you know
brief
so far?
tour.
A brief tour.
Yeah, I arrived, I think, the day you guys had your thing happening.
I'm
Oh,
supposed to be overseeing architectural plans for the site that they're building, so I don't know if that's today, sometime soon, but if you guys had any ideas for what we're building, I'm ears.
I'm sure I can come up with ideas. I don't know if they're going to be remotely useful, but they will be cool.
I mean, we're making a paycheck. Boom. Let's just pull out a notebook.
Cool. So you get a notebook out, prepare to start writing down some ideas, and that's where we're going to wrap tonight.
Cool.
Yeah. So real quick, we're gonna do 3 XP for the session today.
XP.
Yeah.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Did everybody have fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
Oh, absolutely. Theta is fantastic, by the way. Let me just say that.
It's gonna be
It
interesting
was
not
something the
playing.
eruption, the whole scenario.
It's gonna be interesting not playing a morally 100% good type of person. We'll see how that goes. Not that she's evil either, but we'll see.
Sure, yeah, somewhere in
We'll see
between.
Yeah.
how it goes.
Just life. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how other utopia knows interact with you guys.
I definitely want
Yeah.
to work on getting the crassness down. Like she won't be politically savvy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I need to work on that. But yeah.
Sure.
Well, it'll be interesting.
I did like getting the confidence for Theta to get on the bar and demand attention.
That was pretty good.
That was fun. Yeah.
Rakes will obviously continue to be a great influence on you.
Yeah.
Nothing but positive reinforcement. It's very good.
It's like, wait, you actually went to a bar with that guy? When we find out.
I didn't go with him. He showed up
I know. It's just
where I happened to be. Maybe because of reasons.
Reasons.
Fair.
Reasons.
Maybe because
Fair.
of reasons.
Reasons.
Maybe
Yep.
because of reasons.
Is that a brand of liquor? Reasons?
Ooh.
Starts with M and rhymes with Entor.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Hey, she wanted to take the edge.
Oh yeah.
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 So
That's cool.
we've talked about it. It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up there. For our folks who are listening, thank you for joining us on this little journey. Hopefully, next time we will have everybody. But until then, if you want to support the podcast, we're not asking for any money, just whatever platform you're on, follow, subscribe, comment, leave reviews, especially if you're on a podcast platform. Please leave a review if you like the podcast. It helps us get more traction in the algorithm. It makes us more likely to be recommended. It's a huge help. Because even though we're not making money off of this, we want as many people as possible to experience this, because we often play games like Trinity Continuum that aren't covered as much by podcasts and stuff, or rather aren't played as much by other podcasts. And so we want to bring as much attention to these games that we really like. And we want to just maybe hopefully over time build a little community. So yeah. Until next time, that will be goodbye from us. So bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.